Yeah, anyway, what's amazing about life is understand to never be afraid about life. Never be afraid about anything, but what you want to realize is how other people feel that I can see what they're doing. I can see that. It's more how I feel that I've seen straight away what just did happen. I can see my bullshit dad over here. I can see that he's coming at home, and I said, anyway, the way to do is to move on. But every single day, that if you want to go and dwell upon something that's helping you grow, you have to enjoy yourself in ways that you have to get ahead of the game. But it's more how I feel that I can see how, for example, with Tamara Pejovic, right now I realize she's so nice to be around at this time around. I can see it, but she has someone. She has someone. But I feel that no matter what, it's more how I feel. Or else all the other ones, I realize it's much more how I feel with Celine, Oz. It's nice to be around right now. But it's more how it's different with Russia. She's single. I see Russia now. I understand that. Russia, every single day, I focus on doing Ironman. And guess what? I focus on making sure. Now, I think about these women from the past, but I talk about them. I talk about them just to amuse myself. I talk about these people of the past to amuse myself, about results, and about what's going on. I feel that one there, Russia, no way. Russia, no way. Russia, it's more how I can see that she is waving a goodbye to me. I move on. I say, let it be. Which it's more how I understand straight away that if you want to approach someone or something like that, then guess what, I mean, what are you waiting for? I mean, who do you approach? I mean, who do you approach this time? I mean, it's more how they're all gone. They're all gone, mate. You understand? I mean, they're all gone anyway. But guess what? It's much more how you feel. I mean, you feel I don't know. I mean, you have to go different ways. You understand? And that's why people split up like that. You understand? I mean, it's never the same anymore. I mean, it's never the same as it was. But since you understand that, first then you have to go your way. You have to go your way because no matter how much you go over there, first if you go over there, first there are no women over there, man. First there's no woman over there. First they're all gone somewhere else, man. We never even chased them, mate. You understand? Or else what for? I mean, why chase them? I mean, why chase them? I mean, for the pleasure? First it's more on the words. But nah. First the words with them. First guess what? I mean, it's better with the words anyway. But I could do better than that. I could do better than that, man. I better. I better. Or else, guess what? Or it's more how I feel they hurt me. I feel they hurt me. And when they hurt me, I feel they hurt me. And guess what? I realize something. I feel that they want me to come to them. But guess what? Bullshit, they're coming to me anyway. Bullshit, it's more how I understand that I have better. And since I have better, I feel that no matter what I feel every single time, how I understand it's just different. And I don't want to fucking be around those fucking alcoholics, man. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to be around those people, man. Or else DJ vets, well, that's different. But I understand straight away how they are. I can see straight away how I do my life, man. I do life differently. I do life in a successful manner to fuck this world in a better way. I mean, in a way that I speak more words, man. But I feel that no matter what, that I see that they're enjoying their life, man. I can see this. I see they're miserable, man. I see they're miserable. You understand? I see all that. I see that's the image of life. Yeah. First, it's more you're wishing for that image with yourself, doing that. First, that's different. First, that's a word thing. And that's words, yeah. First, it's more how you can see some images, yeah. It's more words. But that means you want to achieve that. achieve the world, when you want to achieve the level of words, now that's something of a goal here. But no, that way. I realize although they have done that before I realize all that how. How did they do it before you? It's more how I can see it. I can see them. Versus now, you have other women. I had other women now. Versus I guess what? Versus it's more. It's funny. Versus that they have different women. I mean, everything's equal, man. Come on, man. I love it. Come on. When you're fucking rotating like a dog in circles, man. Stop doing that, man. What you need to do, you know, fucking talk to yourself, man. I remember her. Guess what? But we had fucking growing words with each other, guess what, person? That's something we have to understand. That you're both unaware. Both unaware, man. And guess what, person? It's more how I understand the growing words, It's just an undying love, man. It's a lot of love, But that's how I understand. I understand it's more how I feel. And that's more how you feel in terms of life. But that's more closer than anything else. Or should not. I'm closer than that. But anything else is closer than that. Or should not. Or that's the closest, huh? Or should not, I'm the closest. Or should now. Or should she the second closest? Or should it's more how I feel. No. Or should it's more my biological parents are closer. You can see that. Or should all the ones I had already anything in terms of words around are much more closer. Or should much more closer. And guess what? Or should yeah. Or should yeah. Or should it's much more how I understand. All I do is I move on. Guess what, approaching that woman there, guess what, approach, that's all pleasure, man. That's all pleasure with her. But the thing is that no matter what, that I can see straight away that she wants that. And she dreams of that. Guess what, she's coming for me. Guess what, that's an invite. But guess what, approach it's more how I understand that she is definitely able to. But she's more able to go and deliver and let it be. Guess what, person? That's why I understand that no matter what, that I'm learning something. I talk more words anyway. Person, that's why it goes up, because that's what her one's doing too. What's going up? The thing is, every single day, that if you have an erection or something, then it's more how you can feel yourself vibrating. But it's more how they can hear, or they can never hear. Or if you said the words here, or they can hear, or they can hear, or they can hear everywhere, man. Or that's why I'm saying that they also have horniness. For sure, that's honest. For sure, why? Why? How is that possible? For sure, not. For she is. For sure, not. For sure, it's more how you feel that. When you feel that. But they, for sure, they're sleeping. For sure, not. For sure, it's more how you have to understand straight away that if you're going and growing yourself anyway, then what are you doing, man? Why are you wasting time? Am I wasting my time talking here? I said no. I'm focused on making sure I can see straight away what I need to do. Or should those people out? They're still watching me, man. And they're watching me, man. And they're watching how Danny Melvoy is doing, man. I can see it. I see Louis. And they're watching how Danny Melvoy lives his life now. And it's something to see, man. And this is something to see, man. I guess what version that is. Oh. You have to go and grow yourself now. Anyway. But if you're understanding something about life, then make sure you understand how to promote yourself. Guess what? If you guys promote yourself, I see that was in Perth, man. Man, that photo's in Perth. I think that is in Perth, man. I have this nice and beautiful Perth photo over here. I can see the texture over here. Look at the texture over here. Look better here. Huh? Actually, that photo there shows me nice and beautiful texture. But guess what? I have a better texture now on there. Which that shows me a lot of texture about how I can look. What else all that? That's something, huh? Which is sexy right there. I need to look better. I need to look bigger. A little bit. I need to look better. And guess what? I mean, never die in the words. But guess what? I realized that she is someone who I can attract in the words right now. But guess what? I mean, where is she? I mean, she's somewhere else. I mean, there's a woman like her. I mean, have it exactly like her approach now. Anything can be done. Approaching to attract her. Approach it's more how I can attract her. But why not? Approach it's more how I feel. I feel it's much more how I need to do better anyway. But guess what? I realized if you wanna really, really understand something, it's much more how you have to realize it's much. I mean, it's more the words over here. I mean, if you talk more the words and then you just have pleasure with them, then guess what? Bro, should talk more words anyway. Bro, should then you're just honest. I mean, just go your way. I mean, guess what? Probably that's something right here where you have some kind of trust fund over here, but she is such a teaser that she never wants to come to me because she feels that she needs to. I mean, guess what? I mean, that's why she is somebody who needs to understand something. For sure, although guess what? For sure, every single day, I say it's the funniest thing. But guess what? That if you really, really grow yourself now, I realize I have to understand that my life is growing. I'm just expressing myself over here. And the expression of my life over here is different. But what I need to do now is I need to let it be. I feel that it's getting late. I feel it's getting late for me to do other life and overkill. But my music's moving up. I realize my music is going up, man. I realize my nice and beautiful content over here is uploading online. I realize my content is going online now. And as I upload my content online, I'm doing greater. You can see now, that's the thing, yeah. I mean, where's the content now? But it's more how I feel. And how I feel is to help myself deserve better. I have to deserve better. I realize although it's much more how I feel that these women over here, in terms of people over here, are all able to see me because I have more content than them and I have more success than them, but they never want to admit it. But because they never want to admit it, I can attract all of them much more quicker over here. But what I have to do here is I have to be with my one eye. I have to be with my one eye quicker and quicker. And that's it. Or there's nothing else to do other than be my one eye. Whereas because I do that, I make sure that I just go and charge my content here. I have to charge my content so I can go and do better. But there's nothing else to do, man. I'm focusing on helping myself to succeed, man. I guess what, bro, shit. I could see it. I can see Avicii as well. I understand he and how he goes about life. But I love Avicii, man. I love all people, man. So guess what? Orochi, it's much more how I understand that he's still in eternity. I understand. But guess what? Orochi, it's more how I need to grow myself anyway. Orochi, it's just, he says, I have an amazing chance. I do. I have an amazing chance, man. I feel it. I realize although, guess what, Orochi, it's more how you can see what you need to do. And what you need to do is grow yourself faster than them and grow yourself faster in words than those people. But the dream is come true. The dream is true for me. All that is coming true. All that is coming true for me. All that sex with women too is all true of me, man. Yeah. I mean, what do you think? I speak more words anyway through all that. Or should eventually I have some woman, or should I live it that way? Or should now, is that shameful for me? Or should now? I speak more words, I hope everybody. I hope everybody. I need to have more women than them, man. Or should I have, or that's too much for me now. Or it's too much for me, but move on. Or should I have a few hundred women? Or should I have done a few hundred women? That's achievable in 1 year. That's fucking full on pleasure, mate. Man, it's a lot of pleasure today. And guess what? I mean, that's just, I say, that's more cruelty, isn't it? Actually, guess what? Whereas it's much more how I feel that if you speak more words here, Russia, it's much more how you have to understand it's pleasure, man. Russia, it's more how I never hit them. But that's like 1 year pleasure, man. I mean, 1 year pleasure, literally. And then 1 year of pleasure, man. See that guy. That guy has 1 year of pleasure. I mean, guess what? Russia, it's more how I understand he. Russia is around, let's say, 300 women. Russia, we'll move on, man. I mean, guess what? I mean, imagine that. I mean, imagine how much you need to give, man, for that. I mean, you can give it always. But guess what? Approach it's more how I need to express myself. I mean, the more you express yourself, the better. I need to clear my throat out. I need to drink some water now. But that's what you need to do. I mean, you need to drink some water like this and enjoy. See, if I just stick to the word I here, if I stick to the word I here and I just think about one woman, and I just aim the word I at her, then what happens is I start talking to her really. Is it really? Russian how? Russian with telepathy, is it? Russian, it's more how it is. Russian, then she gets to talk to me like this. I see Jesus Christ is saying over here, there it is, because of through knowledge that she can see the images of what I'm saying through the word I. That's like how you talk to them this way. I Jesus Christ says, Russian, it's more how I can speak to everybody through the word I here, just through directing my image at them through the word I. Jesus Christ says, if you just direct the word eyes at everybody all together, then you have to talk to everybody via the word I this way. But that's how it is. And direct the word I at everybody. I'm pretty sure when you do that, then you're doing better. That's all you have to do. And then they can see you, Russia. Now that means then they can see me talking to myself, you know. That's all it is. That's talking already, that I'm doing something better than them. And I can see that, yeah. See now, that's something different. That's I. What all I want to do now is just let it be now. I just want to make sure I can just close my eyes in silence a bit and I'll just do I. So I see something. So anyway guys, so what's important over here is I've just been making some subcategories for myself to go and deliver some content. I put also my shoes on. I understand what's important for me now is to just drink some water because I just woke up. So anyway, so what I'm doing now is I'm making sure I can go and really dwell upon something that's really quick for myself, which is just being able to go and dwell upon helping myself to deliver content. So what content do I have to deliver? I have YouTube content to deliver. I have ideas to speak out today that have to be written down as well. And I write everything down into my audio fashion right now. So as I write everything down into my audio, just always create a subcategory list of anything that's actually helping you to grow, anything that you can talk about via your public speaking days. so you can go and do so you can do greater for yourself, and so you can understand that everything's nice and beautiful. For example, with your talk every time, so everything has to be in order, but everything never has to be in order other than the word I. I mean, the word I can also be something that's out of order. So what I do over here is let everything be. I make sure that no matter what, that I can go and start my Chanel kill track. Make sure I have more enough success today to make sure I can start something to help myself. So the whole point is giving ideas. I have to be giving ideas somehow. I have to make sure I have more enough success with myself today to make sure I can deliver content. But as I deliver content, I'm making sure I have more enough success to be delivering something of quality for myself over here. I'm making sure I have more enough to deliver with daily to make sure I'm successful. So what I want to do is I have to groom myself and I have to shower as well. I have to do that right now also. And also before I even do my music production, I want to do my grooming sessions, and I want to do my grooming and nails. I want to do my nails today. I want to do my grooming sessions and also my nice and beautiful way of life with the actual contents. So I'm content delivering and making sure that no matter what, I have that nice and beautiful time. But the time of what? I mean, the time of my life. I mean, making sure that I have that nice and beautiful tone going all the time for myself to never ever be doing anything other than what, I mean, making sure I'm always doing anything to grow myself. But if you have images in your mind set of something, then just make sure that you can go and really dwell upon helping yourself to succeed in ways that you're growing yourself to be the best. I mean, that's what you have to do. And what you have to do always is give yourself that nice and beautiful tone. And the tone of what? I mean, the tone of eternity. I mean, making sure that no matter what, you're accepting yourself. I mean, you have to be accepting yourself all the time to make sure you have that nice and beautiful attitude with yourself. Is really, really nice and beautiful for yourself to deliver. But you have to understand straight away how that feels. And how that feels is understanding that if you want to go and grow yourself today, you have to understand straight away how you have to feel. And you have to feel throughout life something. But the feeling of connection over here is what I'm talking about. And you have to, I mean, you have to be connecting with that, and you have to have both as well. So that's the whole thing, yeah. The whole thing is connecting with yourself in a way that you're enjoying, and you have to be enjoying that. You have to be enjoying the feeling. I mean, the feeling of what? I mean, the feeling of helping yourself to deliver content in a way that you have to go and deliver something much better for yourself to help yourself to deliver that content. And you have to be saying, I'm only the word I only, and that way you have to be something even more. And you have to show yourself love for yourself always to make sure that you can enjoy yourself. But as soon as they expand for you and they want everything much more with you, first you must understand that it's much better because they get smarter this way. But make sure you understand it straight away, that kind of feeling. I mean, that kind of feeling where you may be at night time and pouring on them words, and that's what you're giving them. I mean, you're giving them words, and you're making sure that everything's in relation to words today. But that's the thing, I realize when that happens with words, I realize now you're somebody much more, and you're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning how to give people ideas, and you're learning how to enjoy yourself today. And that's all the love in the world, where they're giving you words. And if they're giving you words, then you have to understand how them. You have to understand how much they want that, and they want to look at you while doing it in a way that they want to be able to give you that service. And that service is something of love, but it's also something of the great innocence of life as well. Because if you're really, really understanding something about life, and you understand the first time, then you understand every single time there's always a first time. There's always something more that you can do. But what you can do today is to succeed differently, and to make sure that you have that nice and beautiful tone, to make sure that you can see exactly what you need in life. But what you need is a better way of life. Or you need to be making sure you have that nice and beautiful tone with you always to succeed. But as you succeed, then just focus upon helping yourself to deliver the nice and beautiful content, and that's how you actually grow. When you grow through different scenarios, when you grow through helping yourself to deliver whatever it is that helps you grow, then just see that no matter how much pleasure you do, that you speak more words is what you need to do. So speaking more words is the best kind of attitude on the planet that you can do today, because those people who speak more words also have a better life in the process. So if you focus on understanding that today, I have to go straight away do my nice and beautiful Centrelink over here. And what I'm doing with Centrelink is just being able to report my hours of work and what I've done in terms of work in a 9 to 5. And that way they give you the receiving of money in terms of life. So the banks always have this system which is Social Security today. And anybody who does Social Security today is somebody on the allowance. So you have to understand that for myself over here, that I have an opportunity to be able to receive them. I have an opportunity to be able to receive money from them. So what I do is I go receive the money and I go use their money to help myself to succeed. And now, do I need their money long term? I mean, guess what? I always need more money from the bank. So yes, I need their money long term. But guess what? It's more, or less, it's more how I never need anything from this life other than my word I. I only ever need my word I here. I realize, although, that's why I'm growing. I mean, that's why I'm very different. I mean, that's why I'm always learning how to grow myself in different ways. But if you understand straight away how to grow yourself, then all you have to do is a different way of life. And you have to go and show yourself slow type of pleasure while talking words, while doing pleasure slowly with talking words. I can say it's in the words though. I mean, guess what? I mean, every single day, if you do more words today than ever before, then all you have to realize today is that there is a new aspect of life today that you have to do. And it's making sure that you are updating yourself through daily life in different ways to make sure that you have more than enough success with yourself to deliver something that's actually helping you grow. I realize, although, that if you're helping yourself to grow differently, then all you really need to do is change your address to the point of helping yourself to see something that's actually moving you forward. So what helps you move forward is go and really, really see the nice and beautiful attitude of helping yourself to deliver something that's something in terms of life where you are learning the art of appreciation with tools to help yourself to deliver content. So every single day I'm looking to help myself to succeed in different ways over here to make sure I have that nice and beautiful way of life. But that's what I'm doing. I'm doing something for nothing. I'm helping myself to deliver content always. I'm making sure that I deliver content in different ways. And I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm learning something to help myself to succeed is what I do. But as I succeed differently, I'm learning something different. I'm learning something different about everything. I'm making sure I have more than enough success all the time to deliver everything about life. And that way I'm showing everything about I only, because I own the word I only, so nothing can affect me. And then I focus upon helping myself to I help myself to deliver to understand that other people have no word I today and they're struggling, I promise you. And I can see how they are. I can see they're struggling. I see, although I make sure that no matter what, that as I go and grow myself differently, I make sure I have more than enough nice and beautiful housing commission and everything I need to make sure that I have success today, to make sure that it's something beautiful for myself to deliver. And as I deliver content, I make sure that no matter what, that I'm always giving content. That's the frequency of my life, to make sure that I'm doing something to help myself. But as I really, really understand something about life, I'm making sure that I have that nice and beautiful tone of life. I make sure anyway that if you're giving something of life, then just go and give it and just be able to dwell upon helping yourself to move on, because that way you have to understand that no matter what, that you're learning. And you're learning something about life. I mean, every single day, just focus on understanding that if you understand that if they want you to show the receipts over here or anything like that, then just be able to understand that you can say that everything's changing, and that's the way. For sure, although that's the thing. For sure, the thing about life is understanding that no matter what, that it's just like that. So keep going and keep sticking to the truth always, and making sure that you can go and do whatever it takes to succeed in a way that you're doing everything you can to succeed is what we mean. So if you do whatever it takes to succeed, I mean, the reason is here to succeed. So go with success always. And try to strike up an appearance of yourself in a way that you're growing yourself and looking better, and also go and understand to never damage yourself with anything, but making sure always that you're learning the art of being able to help yourself to deliver information that helps you grow is what you need to do. So we're focusing on making sure that whatever's happening here is you have to be changing your product while also helping yourself to understand that the product that you have really is your word I. So to change your word I is to go with the word I. And then you have to understand straight away that is much better for you than to do anything else. So you have to understand every single time to focus on something that's actually helping you move forward, which is making sure you have more than enough success all the time to deliver, or making sure you understand that every single time that they just go for money. And guess what, that's why you have to understand straight away how to just go for yourself instead. And go and really understand that what's important for you today is understanding that no matter what, that you're learning how to go and dwell. And now, as you dwell, you have to give them a call, and you have to understand straight away how it feels to go and grow yourself. But as you grow yourself, I realize it's much better for you to understand that no matter what, that they can message you. And that's why I'm understanding that no matter what, that what you do here is you say that they have to message you. And now, that's the thing, yeah? The whole thing is making other people message you. And that's the whole point. So if you can get other people to message you, then you can understand straight away how it feels. And how it feels, I understand, is delivering content in a way that you're looking to see exactly what date is what, and you're making sure that you have that employment provider or anything else that is successful to you in a way that you are learning. You have to get ahead of the crowd. But if you're getting ahead of the crowd, and if you're doing something to help yourself to succeed, then what you need to do is always find a better way of life where you can go backwards into your nice and beautiful calendar of the website browser, and you can go back and you can go from Sendlink into the job search, and you can just press backwards, and you can press the back button to go from Sendlink page to your nice and beautiful job seek page, and it is the way to go. So that's what I'm saying. I have an appointment over here to make sure that no matter what, that I do greater for myself in different ways. So what I'm doing is looking for an idea. And the idea of life here is I make sure that no matter what, that I can give them a call, and I can make sure that I can go and call them and see what kind of employment it is over here, so I can go and focus upon helping myself to deliver content in terms of ways of making sure I can go and deliver that nice and beautiful attitude. So I just want to make sure that no matter what, that I'm just nice over the phone always, and I'm making sure that I can go and see exactly what I need to do. But on the day, I'd rather go and do this. I'd rather make sure that I love myself over here than go over there. So making sure that what I do is give these people a call, which is my employment provider, to see what they want from me so I can succeed over here.
You have reached the message bank of 0296081324.
See, anyway, so what you want to do is you can leave a message if you want, but guess what? I realize it's much better to leave a message. And it's always much better to leave a voice message if you hear a voice box. So just understand straight away for myself over here, that I have to understand that I can see a nice and beautiful appointment going over here. But what I want to do is I want to do initiative over here to make sure I can call someone right now to help myself see exactly what kind of appointment that is for myself. So what I understand straight away is I have to go and call myself in a better way to make sure that, anyway, that what's important is making sure that you leave a message overall. Just leave a message overall And we have to make sure that no matter what, that we can go and see over here what's the whole point of life over here. I mean, the whole point of life is, I understand, to just grow yourself with words is the whole point. I realize if you can go and grow yourself with words all day, you have to understand straight away that you feel much more privileging with yourself to be able to go and succeed with yourself daily, to make sure that you have more than enough success all the time with yourself, to make sure you're delivering content, making sure that you're ahead of the game, making sure that you have all the nice beautiful imagery that you need to succeed is the whole point. And that way I'm understanding straight away how I feel. And how I feel is different, and I'm making sure anyway that what I do is I never hate anything. I make sure I love only, and that way I'm much more growing. I'm much more able to grow when I love, because I understand straight away how I feel. And how I feel is different by making sure I'm learning. I'm learning the art of favor. I'm learning the art of being able to go and deliver. I'm delivering content in different ways. I'm making sure I have that nice and beautiful attitude going. I mean, that's what you guys need. I mean, you guys need a beautiful attitude. So an attitude that actually works for you is something that's actually working for everybody else. But you have to make sure that your construction of what you're doing is very different. And you have to make sure that you have more enough success today to be making sure that you're successful. So if you're successful today, you have to understand straight away how to go and upload whatever you need online to make sure that you can deliver content for yourself, to make sure that you're delivering that nice and beautiful happy feeling of life that helps you to succeed differently. I realize once you go and do that, I mean, it's more about making sure that you can deliver the nice and beautiful attitude of helping yourself to succeed differently. And then for myself over here, when I record myself on the day, I realize I'm doing all the recording of myself on this day, and it's more how I feel that I can go and get some help on the day as well. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I can go and deliver. But now, or as anybody who, let's say, may give me online tickets, I make sure I can give them $200 in cash right away to make sure that no matter what, that they can go and do me the job. And I make sure all the time that as I go and really dwell upon helping myself to have all these nice and beautiful ways of life over here, where I'm learning something and I'm learning how to actually go and study and be much more better in terms of what I'm doing over here. And I'm organizing my files to be able to go and do a greater job. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I can give these people a call as well, so I can go and see where my appointment is on the 26th. And now I understand, although I have everything right now, because whereas my appointment is with me the most. So what I want to do, I understand, is just give them a call anyway. I have to go and do this. I have to make sure I let it be, because the whole point is understanding that no matter what, I can really talk it out. I can really understand straight away what's going on. But what's going on for me is understanding to fill up the words over here, and to be able to say something like, you guys have to give me a call, and you guys have to give me a message. And that's the way it is. So as I do that, I move on. I make sure that I can show up again. But the thing is that I understand straight away how I feel. So what I feel about right now is to go and be much more appropriate in what I'm doing right now to succeed, and making sure that I have more enough success for myself to deliver information product. I mean, just to deliver information products is more enough for you to go and dwell upon helping yourself to have that nice beautiful attitude and brainstorm of life, to make sure that you're uploading your content in ways that is helping you to grow. And then you have to be in your mega drive as you're uploading content as well, and making sure that you really faster notion about everything in your life is the best way forward. Whereas now, anybody who can be much quicker upon life to just speak more words can also be able to organize themselves throughout words and throughout life, to be able to never waste time. Because I remember when I was wasting time over here, and I'm never wasting time anymore. And why is that? Because I feel I have a greater life now, and that's how I understand that I understand straight away how I do life, and I do life much better now. I'm making sure that you guys understand straight away how it feels to be successful. So as I be successful, I look for different ways of doing something that helps me move forward. And that's the whole point, yeah? I mean, the whole point is making sure that you have that nice and beautiful feeling of life. And the feeling of life that is helping you move the most, I understand, is being able to understand to treasure yourself in the words you say, rather than anything else you see, or do, or feel, or sense today in different ways, to make sure that you're learning very quickly upon how that nice and beautiful feeling is. But if you stay in your Mega Drive while you're uploading content online, while also speaking to the camera or speaking to the words in the camera, in terms of to the nice and beautiful camera or video or audio program or any kind of voice box material or any kind of technology that you're doing, and you're speaking more words into it, then you're showing yourself more value and that you deserve much more value in this lifetime. So if you give more value, then you have more value. I mean, if you just give more words today, I mean, that's all the value in the world. All the value in the world is giving more words, and the more words you give, the better life you have. That's what people have to understand. I mean, people have to understand, people have to understand that they need to speak more words in order to have a greater life. That's how simple it is. If you want that, then you have to speak more words for it, and that's it. You understand? I mean, you have to be able to speak more words to achieve what you want. If you want all that, then you can have it as long as you speak more words. I mean, speak more words and speak more words and speak more words, and then you can go that way all the way through. And eventually, you may want a kid. Eventually you may want to settle down with a husband or a kid, as well. And you want to maybe have kids with a husband or a wife, and maybe you want to settle down instead of just fucking around. But make sure you understand that it's never the fucking around that happens. It's never the fucking around that makes you happen to be something much more. What happens to be right here is to talk more words about everything, because the talking of words over here is something that really, really helps you. So it's much more how it's much more how you guys need to feel that you deserve that. I mean, you deserve that. But guess what? I realized they are speaking more words there. They are in that situation to speak words to them. I mean, guess what? That's a mile off for me. That's a big redemption over here for me. I understand that no matter what, they have to find themselves in all these situations of life where they get all that. But guess what? It's much more how I feel. They have to stay with I here. You understand? Because I can achieve that too with the words. But the thing is that they never understand how to speak words. I mean, that's good for me. That's good for me because I understand how to speak words. You understand? So no matter what, it's more how I understand that, yes, I understand that everybody deserves to speak more words. And everybody deserves to go and live life more. But they never truly understand why they're so successful. I promise you. With me, I truly understand why I'm so successful. I truly understand that because it's really in the words, man. I mean, in the words is life. And those people who speak words also speak life. I promise you. It's much more how I feel, and how I feel right now is I'm deserving of a greater way of life because I deserve that too. I deserve a beautiful woman as well. I deserve all that. So I understand that it's much more how you guys need to deserve also much more for yourself to be able to go and deliver content that's actually helping you move forward, because that's what I do. I deliver services of information daily to make sure I'm much more in terms of what I'm doing in appearance and in making sure that I'm loving my life differently, to make sure that I have more enough success all the time to be able to deliver that information forward. And that's all I do. I just make sure I'm delivering information forward while also making sure I have more enough success to deliver that nice and beautiful aspect of life differently. And that's all I do. I just make sure that no matter what, that as I go and speak much more words, I'm focusing on helping myself to deliver while doing also everything one step at a time. And I have to be moving forward. I have to be able to move forward my conversation with myself today to make sure that I have everything I ever need. And that's it. That's all done. That's all gone in eternity. That never happens again. I'm saying, but that's the thing, yeah. You have to understand, it happens one time and that's it. I mean, everything happens one time. And because it happens one time, then you have to understand straight away how you need to go and deliver content that's actually helping you anyway. And that way you're focusing on helping yourself to deliver information that you need. I mean, what kind of information do you need? I mean, you guys need information that helps your soul to deliver a better way of life. I mean, if you guys understand anything about life, and if you guys understand how to live life differently, then what you want is a greater way of life for yourself. I mean, all you really want for yourself right now is to deliver something that's actually helping you grow. But what can that be? I mean, what can actually be something that's helping you grow the most? First, it has to be you. First, it has to be your words. The first, it has to be you being able to see through all that and being able to speak words. But guess what? First, you have to just choose one. I mean, you just have to choose one over here. And it has to be you. First, it has to be the word I. I mean, choose the word I here. Whereas the word I is much more than that. Whereas now, if you have to choose one, then choose word. Whereas if you have to choose the word I, whereas is the best. But if you have to choose word, whereas if you have to choose one, then choose the word I. I mean, the word I is more than that. I mean, understand straight away how it feels to be successful. I mean, those who understand how to be successful today are the ones who deserve to be successful. I mean, you guys deserve success, but the thing is about success right now is anybody who chooses to be successful right now is somebody who has a freedom choice of life, and they're free to live life in different ways. So I'm not saying that throughout my life at least, I'm somebody successful in my life at least. I'm somebody who understands life to some degree in life. I understand how to talk at least. I understand how to go and wake up and talk all day. And that's the best thing of my life now, is being able to wake up all day long and talk all day long. I mean, that's how I feel. And how I feel is understanding now that I never need to waste time. I'm always ahead of the game. I'm always ahead of what I do. But other people never even understand that. And that's why I'm always growing myself anyway. I make myself happiest the most. I mean, because other people never want to listen to what I have to say. So what I need to do is grow myself in different ways, and I need to make sure that I can go and really study upon helping myself to give them a call over here in terms of the Crown Street over here. I want to make sure that my service center can see me so that they can understand that I did move address, so I can go and talk with them. So I'm understanding that no matter what, it's more how I set up everything for myself like this, to just go and move anyway. And I have to move accommodation centers. I have to move accommodation centers anyway. And what I do here is I make sure I have more enough success all the time to deliver that content I need to be successful, is what I mean. And now, or else, no matter what I do, I just make sure I can put Darlinghurst. Say Darlinghurst over here. Say Crown Street. And, or else anyway, or else what amazing grace I have every single day is to focus upon helping myself see that my nice and beautiful service provider over here is something over here in terms of life. So let's have a look over here. Making sure that what I want to do is focus on making sure that I can see how it is. And how it is, I understand, is in my phone over here. So I have a Samsung A20 Galaxy where my service provider always is. I'm making sure I can get that address always in my Samsung A20 Galaxy. And I'll let it be that way. I make sure that anyway, that since I'm actually uploading content right now, I'm making sure I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward in different ways. I'm making sure that I can see what I need to do, and I can see straight away how I feel. I just say 137 to 153. See now, anyway, I'm gonna say what I need to do is, this is a send link, or is this a send link, or is it? Or else now that's a send link over there, and what I need to do is I need to show up there. I have to go to send link, mate. Or else that's the thing. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I can go to send link, and that's what I need to do. And as soon as a nice and beautiful service provider changes now via send link, is what happens is that it changes automatically, and it tells you go to this place. And go to this place to change your service provider. And now, to change your service provider really, I mean, all you have to do is go to send link there. So if you go and change your service provider or change address, then you have to go to that send link that's closest in terms of that local area to change to a new service provider. And that's what happens now. I can see that now. Whereas before, it was over the phone, and it was also over the phone in terms of over the nice and beautiful way of life, where I went changing service providers, and then they'd send me a message and I just go to a new service provider. But now you have to go to Sendlink. As soon as you change your address, then you have to go to Sendlink in that local area. And Sendlink is a government firm in Australia, and you have to go to the government firm in Australia, which is Sendlink, once you change your address, to tell them, hey, this is my new address. And then they say, hey, this is your new service provider, or this is your new job search provider, or something like that. So I understand now what I need to do. And now on the 26th of May, I can go enjoy myself here. And I can say on the 24th of May, I change my services over here, and I make sure that no matter what, I can learn something about that. But what I do now is I tell the other people that no matter what, I have a new service provider over here. And I have to show up at that Sendlink. So I understand that's a nice and beautiful information I'm looking for here. And now Sendlink only updates your actual address with a new service provider once you actually come to them at that service of interest or that kind of area or that local, in terms of that local area that you change the service to or the change of address to. And you're making sure that you only ever now go to a new local area of interest where you may have done the changing of services or the changing of address, and you go to that area first. And once you go to that area, then you go into the Sendlink, and then they change your address and everything, but they call you now only to make sure that no matter what, that they are the ones who you need to go to always, where you can go and change your address. Now once you change address online now, they never chase you up. They're never chasing you up. Sendlink is never chasing you up. You have to chase Sendlink up. And they make you work for them. Yeah. But the thing is that when you do that, it's much more better for you to understand how you are growing and growing yourself regardless. What you need to do is, if you just pick any location over here, that you have a new address with Sendlink over here, in any new location of Australia, what happens is you change straight away to a new service provider. And guess what? Just keep changing address like this. And just keep changing address like this. And what happens here is, I understand you can pick any kind of hostels in the area somewhere. And guess what happens? Then you have to go into that area and you have to go into that Sendlink. Whereas once you go into that Sendlink, and guess what happens? Then you may have to go into that appointment center as well, where the job search is, with that area. But then guess what happens? I realize although they change your address quickly into another kind of service somewhere else, and then keep going that way. And then guess what, Prosh? It's more how you need to go and behave in a way that you have to learn how to grow yourself in different ways to make sure that you have more enough time to succeed now, and making sure that you understand that you can pick any area of Australia and just say, this is my new address. And then they send you into that area. And then it's more you send yourself into that area to go to that Sendlink or that local area or something like that, and make sure that you then are able to go and be at those appointments. That's what I'm saying. And then either way, you can understand straight away how you're growing. And now you're growing through ways of difficulty, in ways of anything that's difficult, in ways of words. And make sure you understand that you never ever grow through difficulty, and you never grow through difficulty of words or anything that's difficult. But you have to understand that as I speak here, actually nothing is difficult for me. And make sure that nothing is difficult for you either. I'm not saying now I never need a cigarette. I never need a cigarette smoke. But what I need is to go and really succeed differently. And I'm making sure I'm lifting myself. And I see the value now. I see the value of power I have of other people. And that's the thing. The thing is, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying myself in different ways. And making sure I have that nice and beautiful attitude going. But the attitude of what? The attitude of being somebody who is much more, somebody who is never a slave to pleasure. Because why? Because I'm speaking more words. And that's the thing. I'm never a slave to pleasure. Because guess what? If you understand straight away how I feel that no matter what, that I can understand how I'm growing here. And the thing is, I understand straight away how I need to always go and grow myself. But as I grow myself differently, I can feel myself doing better. I can feel myself doing better in ways that I'm never a slave to pleasure. But the thing is, every single day, I'm learning how to grow myself in my talk. And that's the thing, yeah? The thing is that pleasure never satisfies you. Pleasure never satisfies, guys. What satisfies is understanding straight away how to deliver information services of life. And I'm understanding straight away how I feel. And how I feel is I can talk over the information. I can talk over everything. And then as I talk everything over, I'm making sure I'm very successful here. I'm making sure anyway that what I do now, I can see straight away that information service. That information service helps me now to really, really understand what Sendlink is doing behind this. And that's how I rely upon life now. And I rely upon myself over here to go and do better, because that's how you do better. See, so if you're on the toilet seat, then just make sure you also have a voice program going so that you can go and do better. Alright, although make sure you understand that straight away you must be able to do your audio programs anywhere at any time. Be able to do audio programs. Be able to do your audio programs at anywhere, at any time, and speak more words whenever you can. Make sure you're documenting more words at any time. It never matters what time it is. I'm understanding that, and I understand I am broken. I'm never broken, but I'm doing much better than broken. I'm making sure I'm breaking free is what I mean. And now if I'm breaking free, then I'm breaking free only. I'm saying, but I'm never broke. I'm making sure that the broking of life is something that you can go and organize, where you can be a broker of knowledge, where you're giving knowledge to people. And as you give knowledge, you're succeeding because what do you have to do to make money? I mean, you have to maximize knowledge. You have to maximize knowledge. I mean, you have to maximize your words. You have to maximize the capacity of giving words daily. And that's it. That's the only way to make money. The only way to make money is to make more words happen. I mean, if you can make more words happen here and every single day, understand that all you want to do here is you want to be someone in somebody's life in a way that you want to go and enjoy your life first. And the thing is that you want to go and have all the love in the world over here with everybody. But the thing is, you can only do that with yourself. I mean, you can do that with yourself first. Although, guess what, Rosh, you want to feel acceptance from everybody. But the thing is, you have to see acceptance with yourself first. I mean, in a sense, so the thing is here, is see that you have to understand that no matter what, everybody's gone their own ways anyway. I mean, there's only one that you can be with, really. I mean, you can only be with yourself, really. I mean, there's only one of them that can really be with you long term, who has the time, unless you give more money and words. Now, if you give more money and words, you can always have these women or men laying around, but they're never there for you, really. But the ones closest to you are more better for you. So if there's one woman or man that can be closer to you than any other one, then those people are much more better than other people. I mean, but the study of life here is understanding you must be closest to yourself first. Whereas other people make closer attempts to have somebody in their life by having to go to them. I mean, they have to go to them. I mean, they have to be a part of that family to be closer to those people. And they always have to drive to those people. And they always have to go and do stuff for those people to be part of that family. That's how women are with those husbands of theirs. I mean, they have to fucking travel to their husbands and their husbands' family all the time. And they have to work for that. Understand? And the same goes with the man. They want to be part of the crew of some kind. And be part of your own crew is what I'm saying. And go your own way. I mean, be your own band in life. And that's the thing, yeah? Or else, although every single day focus on a better way of life. And focus on words. I mean, focus on giving words. And never be a slave to pleasure. Actually, pleasure is never the way. See, anyway, I can see that nice and beautiful knowledge right there. I see that's all information. But guess what? Actually, it's all information. Actually, everything that you see is information. But the thing is now, that since I see this nice and beautiful attempt to have a seminar full of people, I gave around 4,000 business cards to these people. I can see straight away that I have at least over 60 people coming to my events. I can see that no matter what, my event successfully right now is a successful event on the day. I realize although every single day it's more how you want love from those people and information and pleasure. And that's the thing. I realize now because you see that and because you want pleasure and words from them, it's more give it to yourself first. And give it to yourself first, and what you want is to go and do that with yourself, and that's it. For sure that there's more. For sure there's more than that. For sure then you can go with them. But you have to chase them. You have to chase them with words and pleasure to make sure that you can go and give more of everything is what you want. And that's what you're saying. And you want more for yourself. When you want yourself and them. In a sense, so what you want is to be chasing them. But chasing why? I mean, go and do your life much more. And you have plenty of time. You have plenty of time to just do yourself instead. So that's what I'm saying. It's more how big they are. I mean, they're so big in life. But the thing is that it's attractive when they want you. I mean, it's attractive when they want to give you pleasure. I mean, is it really a person? Yeah. Or it's attractive when they want to give you pleasure over other people. I mean, it's attractive when they choose you over other people. But choose yourself much more. And that's why, you become even more attractive when you're choosing yourself over other people. I mean, they realize they realize early on that you're just never part of their crew. I mean, they realize that you're just doing something else that they wish to do. I mean, that's why you're in reputation here, because you're never part of their crew anymore. When you're never part of their crew, But those people who are part of their group, they're the lowest of the low, mate. I mean, if you have listen to me. I mean, if you have 1,000 people in a group, I mean, who's the highest and who's the lowest, mate? First, there's only one individual there who's the highest in that group. And there's one fucking individual in that group that is the lowest. But guess what? If there's one individual who's the highest in that group, then everybody else is the lowest, mate. Understand? But if you find 1,000 group over there, but you're on your own here, and it's just 1 versus 1,000, just 1 versus 1,000, the 1 wins. In my group, there's nobody the lowest of the low. But in that group of 1,000 people, there's one highest individual there, but everybody else is the lowest of the low. Yeah. I mean, you're saying? I'm pretty sure that with Jesus Christ now. With Jesus Christ, everything leads and everything grows. Understand? Pretty sure that, guess what? It's more how I feel. This situation is different, but they can be positive. And they can be positive. But let's look at the negative people there. And the negative people are the ones who treat people negatively there. But they treat everybody negatively because that's their words. I mean, hanging around with people who have better words is what I'm saying. But in my group, it's just I. Jesus' group is just I only. I is everything. If you understand, with I, there is no lowest or low. Understand? But those people have no word I. Those people have no word I. Those people who have no word I, who are the highest among them, treat everybody else like shit. And that's why I'm alone, rather than being with them. Because I have no word I, but I do.